Stay tuned right here live every single day. We got plenty of stuff to enjoy.
Yeah, what up to everybody? Thank you for listening in. Thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone, you guys. Thank you as we bring down this volume of the music here. So please just be patient with me while we work on our setup. I know that some of you guys are probably wondering exactly where my mindset is at with everything that's going on. I know that a lot of you have, questioned. Personally, you guys have been questioning me about my Facebook post. Realistically, I'm serious. I'm actually quite serious about running for mayor here in the city of Ithaca. The reason I'm saying that I want to consider it, sorry about my camera, guys. We are having a little bit of a doozy here. So, but seriousness though, I'm really considering running for mayor for the city of Ithaca. And the only reason that I'm saying that I want to run for mayor in the city of Ithaca is because I have gone to quite a few of these meetings within the city. I have gone through and seen the response. I mean, it's unreal. It's unreal. And then they wonder why we have so many problems within the city. Why do we have these issues? What is the problem? Well, guys, this is the problem. You're not acting on the situations that really need to be acted onto. Want me to be honest with you here? I mean, we're talking about a situation that could be, dealt with in an appropriate manner. But regardless, if you're not doing anything about it, then what is the point of you being in that office? Guys, I look at a lot of different political views, and I look at it from both sides. And like I said, I'm a conservative. I don't believe in picking one side over the other. We're supposed to be united. We're supposed to be working together in one house. And I don't see any of that happening. I don't see us trying to make the positive moves that we need to make in order to be able to bring ourselves back to a united country. And I feel like we're more divided than we are united. And it's a damn disgrace. It's a disgrace, guys. It's a disgrace. I'm sorry. And, when I sit here and I talk about some of the things that are going on, the things that we have noticed over the last couple of years, let me tell you, I have never been so disappointed in the way that our entire government system has turned. It's all about how we're projecting ourselves. It's all about how we really put ourselves out there and the decisions that we make. This isn't just a decision for ourselves currently. This is about decisions that we need to make going forward for our kids and their kids, grandkids, and etc. But if you guys are not taking the initiative to hearing the full side of all of this, if you're not taking the initiative to really think about the decisions that you are making, then this is going to look like an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. And I don't know if there are, people out there that are going to recover from this, especially a lot of the small business owners. So many of them have walked out. So many of them have left. Some of them have just ended up leaving because they don't want to be a part of this. They don't want to be in the middle of all this nonsense. And they're like, you know what? New York is just outrageous. Our taxes are through the roof. We're paying an unreasonable amount of money to all of the areas that we have to be able to pay into to keep ourselves afloat. I don't know about you, but I can tell you that from my experience and from my time that I was a business owner, I had a real hard time and a hard struggle trying to keep my business open because of the extent of the situation. It was really a tough time, especially after COVID hit. There was no way that even myself was going to be able to function properly because our economy went whack. I mean, people went crazy. I mean, there were times the last 3-4 years where people literally took themselves, went nuts, buying up all the stupid rolls of toilet paper and paper towels and cleaning and this and that. Y'all are goddamn nuts if I think about it. Look, the point is that we need to figure out an alternative way to be able to help bring back our country. Okay. My ultimate goal, and I will tell you this, I did send a message to Matt Sigler, who is one of the legislative folks here in Tompkins County. I've sent him a direct notice and told him I am seriously under the idea that I am going to put myself out there to run for mayor of the city of Ithaca. And I mean that. I am seriously considering of running for the city of Ithaca as mayor. I am sick and tired of watching what is going on within this city. I want to, and everybody keeps asking me about my opinion on, where I stand, what my thoughts are. They want to know where my head is going with this. How do I plan on changing the city, not just the appearance of the liberal aspect of it, but how can I change it to be different from the rest? Guys, I know it ain't going to be an easy turnaround. Don't get me wrong. I know it's not going to be easy. I know that for a fact. And when I tell you this, I'm seriously taking the consideration of putting myself out there and doing what I need to do so that way I can be able to bring back these small mom and pop businesses, these little diners, those things to me are the most important pieces. We need to bring back these mom and pop diners that everybody depended on. Every time. I've seen this, and I'm sorry, but I am extremely frustrated that our locals, the people that say that they are cherished with, how the city of Ithaca, some of them are like against going back to the old direction. Guys, we shouldn't have changed what we had going on with the city of Ithaca. We should have been supporting our local businesses, bringing and supporting new small businesses to come in and be able to have some growth. These tax abatements, These big multi-million-dollar companies don't deserve to get the tax abatements. You know who deserves the tax abatements? The smaller businesses. The mom and pop businesses deserve that tax abatement. They deserve it. Some of our taxpayers' money, I was reading through some of the reading and watching prior videos of these budgeting meetings, and I am absolutely disgusted with the way that things have turned out. Absolutely disgusted. And I can't tell you enough how pissed off I am that this is all going on. I mean, we're talking about the fact that Ithaca has really not taken the consideration that we have a broad wideband of local community I don't want to say business, but we have a local community of resources that are striving for help, and they're asking us to come in. We need more money. We need more funding. We need this. We are, the federal funding has been locked. Okay, well, if the federal funding has been locked, our city needs to step in and say, look, yeah, we have taxpayers' money. Yes, we have all these other things. We need to support everything that has to do with our small resources here. Guys, we're not no rich city. We're not no rich area. We are a low to maybe moderate lifestyle living here in this area. Wake up. You can't just think that relying on the college kids is going to be our form of, survival in the city of Ithaca. It's not going to be. That's not the way that this city ran originally. It never did. We supported the idea that, yes, we had college kids here. We supported the idea that there were people here that really took the initiative to learning exactly what it meant about trying to help and support our college students and support the kids to getting their degrees and doing what they need to do. Absolutely. And I'm not disagreeing that we shouldn't still do that by any means. But these folks, these students, these kids, these people that send their kids off to, that send this off to school at Cornell or Ithaca College. Guys, it's really getting to the point where no matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter how we approach, we need to think about the small businesses that are here. Why do you think half of them are walking out and leaving and never coming back? Because we're not supporting. This city depended on these small businesses. And it's really sad to see how our congressional and our legislative leaders, they're not all at fault for what's going on here. Not all of them are at fault. Some of them see the problems, but their hands are tied and they can't really do much because they don't have the support of certain members within our city. There is so much more to life than this nonsense. So much more. And excuse me, guys. And don't get me wrong when I say this. The frustration that I have is mainly towards the people in the bigger offices here in the city of Ithaca. We're talking about these people, and yes, I'm talking about our current mayor. Our current mayor is not recognizing, he's not realizing how poorly it's affecting. Or actually, wrong word of terms. I shouldn't say poorly. how significant it's affecting our community, that he's not really taking the initiative to say, we've got to make those moves. We got to make those steps. We got to be able to put ourselves out there to say, okay, something's got to change. How do we go about this? How are we going to change what is going on? But here's the worst part. Excuse me for this, guys, while I set myself up here. It's so frustrating to see the amount of people that I have talked to in the last 3 to 4 weeks. I have never had so much support from our locals. I've never had this much support. Honest to God, never had. I have talked with so many of the locals. I have talked to so many of the folks here in regards to the situation and understanding and listening to them and saying, what does our local government, what is it that we need to do to make better changes to help support us within the city? How is it going to help us go forward? And what can we do to see this through? I don't think I've had one person, and I say this realistically, I don't think I've had one person deny or disagree that I shouldn't be able to run for mayor. I've had a lot of people say, absolutely, we will support you. We will be there. We know the type of person that you are. We know what kind of expectation we're going to see. And we know that when we come up there to support you, we're going to get what you say we're going to get. Guys, this is what I said earlier today, because I had somebody talking to me about, how would I approach these situations? And I want to bring that to your attention, because this was something that was brought to my attention earlier today. And I had a question. I'm not going to give their name. I'm not going to tell them who they are. But I had a gentleman earlier today who, was very honest, very direct, very open, very straightforward, exactly about the situation and how we can improve. What if I were to run for the city of Ithaca as mayor? What am I going to do to change the aspect of the problems that have not been met? What am I going to do to make that different? All of those things are things that I am going to approach. Those are all things that I'm going to discuss as I'm going to have a conversation about it. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So my response is for this. This gentleman said, tell me how you're going to handle the liberal city of Ithaca. It's embedded in the government system. Having said, I would support any conservative mayor. My response to this gentleman was, I said, sir, when I run for the elections to become mayor for the city of Ithaca, my absolute goal is to hear the community. The locals should be open and understanding what infrastructure we need to focus on so we can be able to prioritize the problematic issues, eliminating them, and also figuring out where we need to improve. We will address all of the issues that have not been addressed in prior years, and we will make that a priority. Not only is that going to be a huge focus, but we're also going to be relooking at the budgets and knowing where the money is going and what it's being used for, and making sure that we prioritize that money for important pieces within the city that need the structure. Financially, we are going to take the initiative to support all of our local county support groups, meaning we have some of these local groups, meaning Catholic Charities, Tompkins Community Action. We also have some other focuses for other locations that people are, another one, GIAC. GIAC is also another support who help the community. We need to put our focus into the important roles of what needs to be done. And I'm going to focus on that because I want to support all of the folks that are here. This is a huge problem, is that all this funding is unreal. You know, and I look, I may not know the every detail of what is what, but I am willing to learn. I'm willing to talk about it. I'm willing to have a discussion on how I can learn what is appropriate, what's not appropriate, and if it's going to work. I mean, those are all things that I'm going to be honest with you about. Do I think that I can improve the city of Ithaca? Do I think I can make some significant changes? Absolutely. I'm definitely going to do so. In that in that conversation, I also said, financially, we are going to take the initiative to support all of the local county support groups. That means DSS, Catholic Charities, Tompkins Community Action, GIAC, and much more. Our goal is to use the money to help fund the local community properly and effectively, efficiently, and knowing where every damn dollar is going. We are not only going to do this, but I'm going to tell you exactly the way that I'm going to make my plan. We are going to fix the roads here in the city of Ithaca. We are going to fill in the potholes. We are going to repave the places that are having issues. We're not going to focus on these other little side streets and this and that. Okay, maybe depending on the condition of how bad they are, we can assess that and decide as a community, is this appropriate? Is this really that big of a focus? Can we focus on other aspects of where it really needs to be addressed? All of those things are going to be talked about. I'm going to make sure that we have that discussion because I want to make sure that when I share this conversation with you guys, I'm going to make sure that we are all understanding that we are prioritizing the important pieces of not only where this money is being spent, how it's being spent, where can we use it? Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that I don't support the city and I don't support our local officials. I support everybody that is on the same page. And if you're not on the same page, then we know where we need to start. And that's a true fact. We know where we need to start. We know exactly where we need to go with all of this. And we know the importance of what needs to be focused on when others aren't focusing on that. We are going to make those changes happen. It's going to happen sooner or later. You're going to get pushed out. You are making the city of Ithaca, not only has it turned to hell, but it's a disgusting environment. It's no different than what we've been dealing with all this crap going on downtown. Like the Asteri building. That shit's just a fucking joke. I'm sorry, but it's an absolute joke. The corporate company Vecino does not want to take the responsibility of paying proper amount of money or setting up a proper plan to eliminate the issues that they are struggling with. And this is a problem that has been going on for over a year. It still hasn't changed. Common Council hasn't really addressed much of it. They talked about it, but nothing's been done. Legislative talked about it. Vecinos admitted that they were 100% at fault for some of the stuff that was going on within the building because they didn't realize the circumstances that they got themselves in. Now that they're so far in to more than what they can handle, this place has gone to hell. Yeah, I know. Look, I live here. I live in this building for Asteri, but I live on one of the very top floors. It's barely any problems, barely any issues. It's from certain floors to certain floor, and that's it. The point is, guys, is that we are going to make a change. I am going to run for the city of Ithaca for mayor. I am going to put my foot down, and I am going to tell you this very clearly. I am going to go to door. I am going to knock on your door. I'm going to not solicitate. But I am going to ask you, if I were to run for the city of Ithaca as mayor, what are you going to do different? You know, what do you want to see differently so I can be able to provide that? I'm going to take notes. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to sit with the person, if allowed. I'm going to sit with them and I'm going to write notes down on what their opinion is. I might even, if they're willing to let me, I'll record the conversation so I can go back and re-listen to this conversation, because the importance of me listening to the locals, listening to the city officials, and hearing our community and hearing what we need to do to improve the benefit of our city is my focus, my goal. The importance of doing what is necessary to every possible aspect. I am tired of looking at this city. You know, I've been walking around. I haven't had a car in almost a year. And when I walk around the city of Ithaca and I'm taking a look at this place, guys, I cannot believe how disgusting this city has turned. It's absolutely a disgrace. In all true honesty, though, I am going to run. I notified Mike Sigler, who is one of the local legislative members here for our local government. I am also going to be reaching out to Rich Johns. Rich Johns is a very, very smart man. I like him. He's very smart about how things are addressed, how things are heard. I think he's just as frustrated as well as anyone else within the Tompkins County community. I support our men and women of service, and I want to let them know that, you know, we support you. We are here for you. We are supportive to all men and women and all of the military forces. We want to let you know that we are going to do everything we can to not only be supportive to you and your family members, but we are going to bring back what it means. We are not going to play this one side over the other, and we're not going to divide our houses. We are not going to sit here and watch our country fall apart as all of these people on the left side are targeting the people on the right. Because it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. It's not going to continue. It's not going to happen. Because the move that Charlie Kirk made was a move that was always, always, always talked about. That move that he just came up with, the fact that he did this the right way and talked about it. He wasn't just debating. He was trying to bring the truth and speak nothing but more than the truth. That man not only changed the hearts of millions of college students, but he changed the ability to really remember what it's all about when it comes to talking about our government, our rights, what we have, what we don't have, where do we stand, what is our political view. Guys, as I've said before, I am a conservative. And I am going to stand as a conservative. And I will continue to follow that path. I will follow the path of Charlie Kirk. And I will make sure that this is shared. It is followed. I had a conversation earlier today with my father. And one of the conversations I had was, he said, you should really write up a letter and mail it to President Trump. And he said, you should tell him what your plan of action is, and that you are supportive with him and his plan of action, and that you are seeking to run for mayor in the city of Ithaca. Our city is striving and desperately needing change. My dad told me that I should ask for that endorsement and ask for his support. Because I will tell you this, I'm also going to talk to Josh Riley, Congressman Josh Riley. I'm going to have a conversation with him, and I'm going to discuss the situation that we're dealing with. And I'm going to be honest with you. The way I'm looking at things, the way that I am seeing the outcome. Sorry, the situation that I am dealing with and the outcome is unreal. I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I can support bringing back Tompkins County and bringing Ithaca back to where it belongs. Because when I sit here and I see the amount of stuff that is going on, it's a fucking disaster. I am going to take the initiative, and I am serious about this. I'm going to start a campaign, and I am going to start this out of my own pocket. I am going to fight tooth and nail to support our locals. I'm going to support everybody within it. I'm going to listen to our locals to find out what changes need to be made so we can be able to show them that we still care. Excuse me for a minute, guys, while I try to fix this. We are going to show them, and we're going to tell them, listen, I am here to support you. I want to hear you. Like I said, I want to hear you. I want to know what is going on. I look back and I see nothing happening within our city office. They are so focused on development and how they can say they can make it better. Guys, it's not about developing Ithaca. It's about structuring the city and getting the necessary support so we can be able to focus on all those important things that we are struggling in. And where we need to focus, that is restructuring and resupporting and regaining the trust of our locals. We need to start being able to have that ability to welcome small business owners to coming back in. I am going to focus on two massive issues within this city, which is one, we are going to bring our taxes. We're going to bring the taxes down. And I'm going to work real goddamn hard to make sure that I can make that happen. Because when I look back and I see the cost of our living, the cost of groceries, our taxes in Tompkins County are outlandish. After researching and seeing the amount of taxes that are being paid in like other counties is unreal. We are one of the few highest in the state. My goal is to really oversee everything that goes on behind these doors. I am going to make that possible. And I promise you, and I'm going to keep my promises with each and everybody that's watching live. When I run for mayor here in the city of Ithaca, I am going to make those changes. I am going to uphold my promises. I am going to listen to the community and the locals. We are united. We are united. If you don't like the way that we are lashing back and fighting back because of your negativity on your left side, piss off. Because we're going to come back tenfold. Our country is going to be way stronger, more supportive, and we will do what we need to do. I am a conservative, and I am not liking the way that all this is going. But I am going to fight tooth and nail. I'm going to fight tooth and nail. And I will make sure that each and every person that sees this knows that I will be there to support you. I know how tough it is not having the ability to afford your living. I know how tough it is that people are struggling to make ends meet. It's really a tough situation. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to take the initiative to seriously talking more about this situation and my role and my honest God-given idea of how I plan on running this entire city and where I see myself going forward. So please make sure that you guys stick around, stay tuned, stay live. We are going to have a lot more stuff coming on the way. I know your frustration. I know the whole setup.
Yeah. So fine. Oh man.
It's heard, it's noticed. We will be able to make it. It's going to get better. It's just the support that we're going to need from all of you. It is the support that we're going to need from every one of you. No matter what it is, we will have your back. I will support our locals. We are natives to this area. We need to protect what is important. And that means we need to protect everything that we have. This is not going to go any further than me focusing on the priority issues that we're dealing with. And I'm going to stop in and I will run for mayor in the city of Ithaca. I am sick of this BS that's going on behind these doors. As of right now, we're going to take a quick break. Please stay tuned and keep listening in, keep listening live. I know you guys are probably just as tired as I am. It's been a long weekend. We've had a great time. A lot of you have been out there supporting, local events. We just had one great event for today, and it was a fantastic opportunity. And I can tell you right now, it's only going to get better. So just remember that if you guys are here, just stay tuned, stay live, stay with me, listen in, because you're going to have a whole lot more to talk about with me. And I just want to let you know that no matter what the situation is, we will have your back. It does not matter what day, what time. We are going to support you, and we're going to bring back Tompkins County to where it needs to be. And if I have to run for a much higher position than just the city of Ithaca for mayor, I will work my way up the chain. I will do what I got to do because I am tired of looking back. I do not want my kids growing up in this kind of lifestyle. I want my kids' future to be bright. I want to see the changes here. So just stay tuned, stay live. Like I said, we got a lot more songs, a lot more stuff to talk about, plenty of things on the way. Let's make it happen. And we'll have you guys all ready to go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here shortly. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for everybody joining in live. I want to just take a minute and talk to you guys. We were talking about me running for mayor for the city of Ithaca. Know exactly where your mind is on this whole scenario, because right now the amount of people that I have talked to, the amount of people that I have had conversations with, and the amount of folks that have explored and explained what their thoughts were it was unreal. I mean, we really have a lot going on. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are questioning whether I would be a good candidate. I know you guys are. Don't get me wrong. I know that you question it. I know that you guys are concerned. I know that you guys are worried about whether I would be the proper fit for working in the office, because of the fact that it's not just putting yourself in that chair and, you know, putting your feet up and saying, do this, do that. No, it's me going out and publicizing myself to the community and saying, look, I want to help you. I want to know what it is that I can do to become more supportive. I want to know what is it that I can do to support your business. How can I do that? How can I do that? Those are all things that we are going to work on right now. Those are all things that we are going to focus with, and we are going to try to make it possible to change the aspect of what's going on here within the city of Ithaca. You know, I talked about it with family. I talked about it with friends. I've talked about it with quite a few people. I really have. I've had this conversation with them and said, hey, what is it going to take to get your support? What is it going to take for me to be able to show you that what I do is for the best interest of the city of Ithaca? What is it going to take? Because, you know, I look back and I see how many people are struggling, the amount of homeless people that are here. I am worried that it's going to turn into another situation like when I was out in Los Angeles, California. I'm worried that it's going to turn into one of those situations, and I don't want to see it that way. The amount of homeless people that are out there in California and LA is just unreal. You know, it honestly makes me wonder. It really does. It makes me wonder whether what we're doing is the right thing. It makes me wonder, you know, are we not doing enough? If we're not doing enough, then what is it that we need to do to improve on our situation? How can we improve? What is it that we can do to figure out the best plan of action? How can we work towards supporting our locals? How can we work on supporting those who need it the most? Because I want to know, where do you feel that we can improve? Where do you feel like our community could build a better structure? I mean, all those things are really questions that you need to have for yourself. What do you think is the most appropriate situation? How do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself going? You know, do you want to see the city of Ithaca? Do you want to see it fall apart? I don't want to see it fall apart. But the way that it's going, the cost of living, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't think for one second that we have the right people in the chairs that we have in now. We don't have the right people in these areas in our government office. And the only reason I'm saying that is because when I sit here and I look at this whole problematic issue, we have a massive problem with our homeless. We have a massive problem with all of the people within our area that are telling us that their taxes are being raised every single year, which I find to be bull crap. There's no reason for the increase of our taxes. There's no reason for that. None. We should be focusing on how we can build ourselves. This is not building. This is tearing us down. This is pulling us from being able to survive. We cannot make a living dealing with this kind of crap. And I'm going to be honest. I'm in support of whatever plan that Trump has in place, and I sure the hell am sick of this crap. I'm sick of paying $4 a gallon for fucking milk when I remember it used to being maybe a buck $50, $2. Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to make that change, and I'm going to prove you wrong, because I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to save this city more than anyone, even if it means reaching out to the right government connections, reaching out to the right people, the right folks that need to be in the chairs that they got to be in. If that means we need to clean house and we need to try to bring back what is really needing to be done, you're going to find me doing it. I'm not the person to hide stuff. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be corrupt like some of these people are. I'm not. I'm sick and tired of looking at the situation and noticing that people are not being held accountable when they don't take care of issues that should have been taken care of months ago. And it's not going to change if we don't implement those changes immediately. That is where we are going to make our first step. It is a step-by-step process. I understand that some people say, oh, well, it could take years. No, it's not. Because I'm going to tell you right now, just like any other person would, when I say it has to happen, I will say the same thing that Donald Trump said. I will make it change. It will be done. We will make America great again, because we are united and we are going to be united. And if you aren't going to be, then that is a problem for yourself. We want to see change. We want to see people bring back what America was. We are going to start making those changes. And because of Charlie Kirk, that man has opened so many eyes all across the United States. Everywhere. People have turned the page and said, I no longer want to be a Democrat. I love Charlie Kirk. I loved him because he spoke. He spoke the truth. He said what he said and meant it, and it was very honest. I will not bow down to these prerogative assholes on the left side. I'm not going to. I am going to work day and night to make the changes that we need to make so we can be able to show our locals, our native locals here to the city of Ithaca, we're going to show them and say, look, we've got this. We're going to make the change. We are going to try to make the best of these implements. We are going to go forward. We are going to do what we got to do to be able to give our kids the best possible outcome for the generation, for their education. We want to give them a bright future. It isn't just about us anymore, guys. This is about what we can do to change the future for our kids. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm scared to see what my kids are going to grow up with. I'm scared. I'm scared to see what this world is going to turn into, because we have people in office that doesn't really know what they're doing. And some of them are old as hell and they don't understand the concept of fighting for what is right and not just agreeing because you don't want to do the right thing. And then they wonder why our government system is so goddamn screwed up. It's an absolute goddamn disgrace. But I will tell you this. I am going to run for this city and try to run for mayor. And I will tell you that no matter what, I will focus on the important pieces of this entire city. There will be change. There will be a better outcome. There will be the right people in the right chairs. We will do what we have to because we are united. We are here to stay. We are not going to let you walk all over us. We are going to tell you that we have your back, and you as a community, you will know that we will do the right thing. We will support these small businesses and welcome them in. We will bring back small mom and pop diners, bringing them in so we can be able to have our old home-style meals. Want to go out on a Friday night and go out somewhere and have a nice big, dish of biscuits and gravy with chicken. I don't see that anywhere around here anymore. And we used to have all those kind of things. The point of this is that there are too many people that think that they know what they're doing, but they're really just screwing up the city of Ithaca. And I will not do that. My God's promise, on my mom's grave, I swear to God, I will fight tooth and nail to make sure that every one of us is being heard. I will make sure that you all get heard and get noticed. Because I've gone to some of these meetings, I've watched some of these meetings, and I've heard. They say they acknowledge it, but it goes through one ear and out the other. Now, mind me, there are some legislative board members that I do support, and I think that they have a really, really deep heart and that they love what they do, and I support them because they are trying to see those changes through, but without the support of the proper people within that office. They're just asking for a little support. But they're not getting it because other people are against it. Well, I'm against it because of this. Well, you know what? They're against you because they don't want the positive reinforcement. They don't want to see these things happen. They don't want to see the things that were going to go good. They don't want to see it change. Because if they're not into it and they don't have their hands in that pot, they don't care. I personally am sick and tired of the bullshit. We've got enough going on in our world. Why can't we do what is necessary? Why can't we make a change? Why can't we bring a positive outcome to our community? Why can't we make a better outcome for our kids and their future? Please tell me where is it right? Where is it right? Because I'm getting pissed off that we have people that have no concern for what our kids' future can look like. No, they're concerned about themselves. And there is a lot of goddamn selfish people out there that don't give a damn. They think that they can just run everybody's life and say that, well, we're not going to agree to it and we're going to vote no. Well, you know what? You go ahead and vote no, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to help in every possible way to be a supportive conservative. I am going to support Donald Trump and his plan. I'm going to support our entire country. I am going to fight for Tompkins County, and I will do everything I possibly can to see this through. I will see this through. I will make sure that this will happen. Yes, Matt, I am seriously going to run for mayor in the city of Ithaca, and I am going to do this on our next election. I am going to put my name on that roster, and I am going to sit here and fight. I am going to put myself out there for every single person to see. I am not the type of person to back down when I know that I have a very supportive group, and I am one of the only people that I can't really give myself the credit, but I am the only person that is not afraid to speak up when things are being kept quiet. There's corrupt people in the office and allowing corruption to continue to happen, and that will no longer ever continue on when I become mayor in that office. Because when I do, my door will be open to every person in the public. My door will be there for people to be heard. I will interact with our local businesses in our community, our police department, our fire departments. I will interact with every person in this city, even with our legislative board. I will be there to listen, to make suggestions, and I will fight to make sure that the changes within the city are going to happen, because I am sick of seeing the laziness coming from our local officials. Our DSS building, you know, those folks, yes, they work hard, but I'm going to tell you this. The amount of disrespect that I have seen has not only been unreal, but when I've gone into a New York State DSS building or a county building, it's always been polite. It's always been caring. It's always been the type of, let's help this person with growth. Let's help this person do better. Let's get them the right help they need and get them off the streets and back to a normal life. Here in Tompkins County, they make it so damn difficult. So difficult. And even for some of the folks and some of the people that have disabilities, you make it so difficult for them. Some of these people are so frustrated. They don't even want to walk back into your building because of it. We are united. That is my motto. We are united. I stand for our rights. I stand for who we are. And I stand for the Constitution. And we will do everything we can. We are going to make a change. We are going to do this together. Not just me, all of us. Your support, my support, and forcing the hands of the people that are above us that need to listen, because if they don't, they are going to have hell. And it is going to be done. We are going to make those changes. We are going to see it through. Because no matter how hard we work, no matter how much stuff that we try to bring attention to them, they ignore it. Well, now it's time that we speak up. We have rights. It's called freedom of speech, and that is our First Amendment. That is going to start happening. We will make sure that you all are heard. I will be heard. We will build this city together. We all live here. We're neighbors. And we got to do what's right. My goal is to no extent will I ever push somebody aside and say, I'm too busy to deal with you. No, I'm going to tell them, come on in. Let's talk. What's going on? And I'm going to have somebody there with me. And we're going to write down the issues that we're getting and the complaints. And we're going to focus on those complaints, and we're going to figure out what we can do. How can we change it? What can we do to make it better? I've never in my life seen our county so goddamn turned over. And I've lived here my whole life. I mean, I was born and raised in this county. I was born and raised in this county. I was born and raised in a county that I thought I could trust. Sorry, guys, if I keep drinking a lot of water, it's because I am talking and my throat's getting a little scratchy just because I'm frustrated. I'm pissed off at this whole situation. You know, it's going to come to a point where people are going to step in and really, I'm surprised. I haven't seen as much as I'd like to, but I would love to see more locals, more community people be at some of these meetings. Guys, the meetings with Common Council, with the mayor being there, in all this, there's a few legislative members that are there. But let me tell you something. I am surprised that we do not have more people within our city jumping in and saying, we want to be heard. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this, but when I was at the last meeting, they only give you 3 minutes to say your piece. I understand that people need to, obviously, they need to be able to only have so much time. But let me tell you something. First Amendment, freedom of speech. There is no time on how we speak. There's no time on us speaking up and saying what we need to say. There's no time on how we progress ourselves to our local government. There's no time. Zero. We can talk as long as we need to, and you will listen, you will hear it, you will see. You will be heard. And I noticed that. That's another violation of our rights. Giving us 3 minutes to only have a conversation. Piss off. We're going to speak up and we're going to say what we have to say. And you're going to listen. And if you don't like what we have to say, then too goddamn bad. I get tired of this. There's a lot in this county that, used to be great. There's a lot of things that people enjoy doing. One thing I would like to do, and I know a lot of you guys have been wondering about it. Stewart Park used to have a family-friendly swimming beach area. And it's still there. It's overgrown. If I had the ability to, and I were to become mayor of this city, I will tell you right now, my first instinct to all of this, I would look at all the aspects that would be needed to bring back our beach to Stewart Park. So families who go there, because it is a popular place for families to go, it's a popular area for families to go and enjoy everything. Everything. They love going there. They like walking the path. They like walking out and letting their kids play on the playground. They have the merry-go-round. They have all this other stuff. That is, to me, a place that we could start with putting some structure. Fixing our roads in the city of Ithaca, especially going down Meadow Street. That's got to be done. Guys, I don't know how many times you guys probably have seen it, but we've had a massive issue with potholes on Meadow, all up and down 13. It's unreal. It's such a disgrace to see that our taxpayers' money is being misused for other stupid things instead of focusing on taking care of the stuff going on within the city, fixing our roads, fixing our sidewalks, fixing the important pieces to our local area. This is a beautiful city. It could be even more beautiful with us putting our efforts into keeping it nice. Yes, we got to work on getting the homeless ordeal situated. Guys, we can put that right on the top of our priority list. Build a building and have it put up. It only needs to be one story building, make it a long building, multiple rooms with beds in each of them. Get these people off the street, out of the jungle, and into a building that not only has resources for mental health, drug and alcohol addiction, with counselors there 24/7. We want to make sure that we can provide these folks that have these issues, provide them with the necessary efforts so that way they can be able to get the help, to be back at a normal life like the rest of some of us. If we don't give these folks that structure, if we don't give them the proper transformation and how we can be able to give them that guidance or give them the proper ropes, we're setting them up for failure. We're setting them up to fail. And that looks stupid on us for not doing it. I don't care that people are going to get pissed off, but I am going to ask for your support. I'm going to ask you for I'm going to ask you every single day. I'm going to be on this radio show and I'm going to talk to you guys and I'm going to tell you, I need your support. Share, like, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with people. Let them know that I'm running for mayor because I'm going to. I'm going to go to the city hall and I'm going to put my name on that next election. I'm going to run. I will find every possible means to run for the city of Ithaca as a mayor. I will go to every school district within the Ithaca City School District, and I will make sure that I talk to our local schools. I listen to what they have to say, figure out where we're struggling, where we need help for our children and their education. Me being able to stand up and say, look, I want to hear you out. This isn't just me ignoring you. This is me saying, I want to see change, and I will bring that change with you in your support. Without your support and without you guys, I would not be able to get through this. I am looking into getting a photography done so that way we can start being able to put my name out there and run for that next election. I am going to do it. I am going to seriously do it. I'm not playing no jokes on anybody. I am really considering wholeheartedly that we are going to start doing this because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of looking at our damn county and seeing the failures that we're setting our locals up for. And it's only going to continue to get worse if people don't start taking into consideration that the people we have in office aren't doing it. They're setting you up for failure. We as for one, we have the ability to stand up for our constitutional rights, human rights, civil rights. We deserve to be heard. We deserve to be treated like human beings. Our living situations with our area need to change. Taxes need to be lowered. Groceries, unreal. It's just unreal. But I will say this. If you support me in my effort, and you support me while I work through these times during this focus, if you support me while I push myself through all of the necessary measures to make this change happen, I will email and I will continue to be the person to check in and say to Donald Trump, Mr. President, I need your support. I need your endorsement. I'm trying to change the whole aspect of what's important within our city. These are the problems that we're having. This is the situation we're dealing with. I need your support. If I can get that man on board, if I can get him to hear me out, if I get him to really take this seriously, as well as Josh Riley, if I can get him on board and support the efforts that I will continue to do, I promise each and every one of you that are here, I will make sure that we are heard, that we will make the changes in the city of Ithaca and within Tompkins County. I promise you that I will do everything I can to make this happen. If that means me ranting and raving and getting pissed off at these meetings, I will do it. I will be heard. I will run. I will run for a position that will make this change happen. I will do what I got to do to show you the effort that I will put in. I will go to every person's door. And I'm going to run. I'm going to run for mayor because our city really needs the change. And I will tell you right now, current mayor in the office right now, I will tell you right now, I am going to run for mayor and I will win this. I will win this election. I will fight tooth and nail to bring the people within this justice. I will bring our small businesses and support them and welcome new ones in. I will continue to fight to bring our taxes below the normal amount that we've had paying the last 3 years. I will push myself to every extent to see everything through. All I ask is for each and every one of you to please support me on this journey. I am working on getting a campaign started. I am working on trying to get this set up so where we can be able to bring in all and every possible option. If you want to be a part of my campaign, you want to help me in the success, you want to help me be a part of my support team, please reach out to me directly. I would love for you to join. I would love for your input. I would like to make sure that we are doing what we need to do to make sure that I am able to see this through. You will have my word. We are united. We stand together. That is a fact. We are going to take a quick break. When I come back, we are going to move on to a new discussion. That is right. We're going to move on to a new discussion. And that discussion that we're going to talk about might just change the aspect and the view of what we have coming up. Not only for you, your family, but the future. Stay tuned, as we got a lot of things coming up, and we will have much more stuff coming your way to talk about. Let's make this happen. Stay tuned right here as we will be right back. Alrighty, we are back. We are finally back after a quick break. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been on here, who's put a comment on, who's talked to me. And I want to say thank you for everyone who has been a support. Please like and follow on Facebook for Jayy On The Wolf. Appreciate your support. Like I said, I am going to work towards a very successful possibility of me. And like I said, I'm not even joking. I am going to run. I am putting my name out there, and I am going to run in this campaign. I am going to run for this opportunity in the next election for City of Ithaca for mayor. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to do everything I can to make this possible and make it happen. I really want to see the positive changes. I want to see some better options going on. Please excuse me, as you guys could probably hear the fire trucks going by. I do apologize, but it's a little warm in here. Again, the Asteri building, the maintenance of this building has sucked, and we are dealing with having no AC at the moment. So we are working on trying to change that as soon as we can. All right, so I've been looking back and just checking some information out. Interesting information. All right, let's talk about today in the news. That's right, I said today's news because I want to go over some of the information that I'm looking at. Because I honestly, the Charlie Kirk's memorial service, what an absolute outcome. Phenomenal turnout. I was actually pretty goddamn impressed. I was able to watch this live earlier today, and I got to see the turnout of the event. My condolences go to Erica Kirk and her entire family. I gotta tell you, that man changed the world. That man brought a prophecy. There were people out there, and she's right. The comment that she said earlier in the video was, you didn't see people out there creating violence. You didn't see people out there lashing back about his death. People weren't out there making a big cahoot about fighting and all this nonsense. No, they came together. They came together and built a prophecy. They did what they had to do because they believed in a man who changed the entire world. A man that really changed the entire view of what America. This will be known, and like Donald Trump said, this will be forever remembered, part of our history. He not only was an American hero, but he filled the hearts of so many people. He filled people with knowledge. He filled people with the information that they needed to be able to become successful in a lifetime career. Lifetime career. He's not only inspired me over the years of watching him and listening to his debates, but is also the truth that he spoke. He not only brought the world realization. I want you to sit back and I want you to think about that, because church members, I know you guys are probably watching on here, but I want you to take a real quick second and think about what I'm about to say. And I'm going to say this very clearly. The time and date, okay, the time on the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. 12:20. I want you to go to the Bible. Pull your Bible out and go to John chapter 12, verse 23. And I want you to tell me what that said. There are things that are mind-blowing. God is speaking to us in the ways that we didn't realize. I am blown away at how God is talking through us. Guys, God is really listening. He's really here. He's really taking the initiative to say, I see what I don't want to see, and this is what I want to be done. This is what's going to change, and I'm going to do it in this way. So it can be seen. Now, don't get me wrong on this one, but I know that some people would be, particularly, you guys would be kidding me about my religious belief. I know I haven't always been, the faithful church child that every family could possibly ever want. Trust me, I'm beyond saying that I'm not perfect. I'm not at all. I'm not perfect by any means. I stood up because I believed that if I took the right thing, and that means being righteous and knowing that my salvation and my dedication being given to God and saying, I believe, I know that I have messed my life up and made poor choices and I have sinned and I am looking to have salvation. For me to sit there and say that, that's a huge step. That's a huge step. I am going to work on making some changes in this view. I'm going to make some changes within our county. I'm going to make some changes for all of us. As I've said before, your support is everything. Lord is going to be the biggest part of me being a success to growing. That's what's important. It's a true fact. It's the truth. It's the reality that comes within it. I'm appalled at the way that our community has fallen apart. I'm appalled at the situation that nobody is seeing how disgraceful it is. And maybe some are. Maybe some are. Maybe some people out there are actually seeing the situation and the problems that are going on. I think that a lot of people I understand the frustration that is going on. I understand that some of you are sitting here dealing with, the nonsense. I get it. I totally get it. I understand your frustration about the uproar of some of the things that are going on. We have to stop and look at ourselves and say, do we really want to continue to live like this? Do we really want to continue dealing with the nonsense that we've been dealing with? Or do we really want to continue? I know for a fact that the way that the world is going, the way that things are happening, the way that all of this has turned us, it's not the way that I would want to do it. Okay, I want to see a positive reaction coming from everyone, and I want to see your support, because without getting our community support and the people that are behind us, we're going to struggle. We're going to struggle significantly. You know, we have to see changes. We have to see changes that we need in order to be able to grow. If we don't make these changes very soon, this city is going to be just like Los Angeles. We're going to have people out on the street, leaving feces on the sidewalk, dealing with the significance of our homelessness. All of this is going to be a part of it. And it's only going to continue to get worse if we don't make the changes that we need to make within this county. I know that some of you out there, you guys have seen me bounce around from doing different hobbies and doing different things, but I've really taken the time to really look at a couple of different things. I have always advocated for so many people, and I've spoken up. And when I advocate for a lot of situations and a lot for these people, I think what it really does is it pisses off the people who are trying to be corrupt or create corruption. And I don't like any of it. I don't like it by any means. But I do know this. Change is coming. And I will ensure everyone that I will continue to work as hard as I am to see it through. I will continue to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to stand up and say, I want change. I want that change. I want to see the differences that can happen within our community. All of that has a huge part of it. I know that a lot of you guys, it is getting late. It is 10:33. We are going to step out for the night. I want to say thank you to all of you who have watched. Again, as I've said this before, I need your support. I will run in this next election, and I will start getting a campaign together. I will file the necessary paperwork with the Board of Elections. I am going to push myself to every extent. I need your support, and I need you to let me be able to speak not only the word, but hold the word and hold the promises that were not kept. And I will hold those promises, and I will ensure that each and every local resident hears the facts, they hear the truth, they hear about the corrupt people within our corrupt offices, and know that we will bring you to the table. We are going to call you out. We are going to do whatever we can to make sure you are held accountable. And I will make sure that we will do everything possible. I will go to the higher people within our government system and show them what situations we're having problems with and asking for their support so we can be able to function. This city needs our community to turn around. I am tired of looking at people and hearing how terrible it is to see the drug problem, the crime rate, the disappointment. Please, as I beg and ask of you, please step in, support me, have my back, and I will have yours. As an old saying said, and this was one that my mom brought to me years ago before she had passed, You scratch my back, I'm going to scratch your back. And you'll never, ever have to worry. Because the way that you want to be treated is the way that I'm going to treat you. The way that you want to be supported is the way that I'm going to support you. We will make sure that you are heard. Your civil rights, your human rights, your constitutional rights, they will be supported, they will be followed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I want to say thank you again for every one of you being here tonight and putting your word in and being able to be a part of my show. I really do appreciate it. You guys have literally made a difference. Your support just for tonight shows me that you still care and that you want to care about the community and what's in the best interest. So please, again, thank you again. It's amazing to have your support. We will be here tomorrow. I will be back on around the same time, and we will definitely work towards having more discussions, more conversations. I want to see this turn around for sure. I think that having you guys be supportive and be a part of this is going to be a massive help. Please stay tuned. Please stay live. Let me at least make sure that you guys are being taken care of in this county and in this town, because you deserve it. And I want to make sure that you are all being heard. You deserve it. Every one of you do. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching in. My name is Jay, and please stay on here, stay live, stay on this as we continue to keep working forward. Do not forget, I am here. I am going to be able to listen to each and every one of you about your complaints. I will make sure that you are heard. That's why I'm not only creating a station that you can debate on, it's a station that you can be able to share with friends, family. And I want your support. And if I hear what you are saying and what your thoughts are, that is going to help us grow. So as I've said before, as I said any other time, please stick around. Please let me tell you that I will be here for you no matter what the situation is. You're the only person that can help us move forward. We want to see the changes just as much as you do. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, and I want you to know that I will always, always, always have your back regardless, and I will make sure that you are heard. So, please stay tuned. Please stay live. Thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you guys around. We are united and we stand together. That is going to be our motto. That is how we will be. See you guys around.